In this video, I'm going to teach you how to access the available templates in InDesign, preview and download a template in InDesign, and manipulate a template in InDesign by placing images and text. So when you have opened InDesign, the very first screen that you'll see should be something like this. And what you're going to do is either go to File, New, or you can go over here and hit Create New. And the next thing you'll see is a screen that looks like this, and this is going to bring you into the browsing window for all of the templates that are available for InDesign. Now, if you go down here and search for templates on Adobe Stock, these ones you can select from, but you either will get them free with a trial or you have to pay for them. But since we are already paying for a subscription to InDesign, I want to go ahead and search for their free templates that they provide. So I'm going to go ahead and click this button here, which is print. And that means that we are going to be looking at portfolio templates that you can print out or you can export as a PDF, as opposed to website templates that we can use. So I'm going to click on here where it says print, and then now you can see down here there's all sorts of templates available, and some of them are going to lend themselves a little bit more to a portfolio template like what we're making, whereas others are more geared towards pamphlets and invitations. But the best thing to do is to really just start to click on them and look at the examples that are provided. So, for example, if I want to click on this one and just take a look, if I click on it, then I can see preview, and I can start to see the layout that are available within this template. Now, this may be lending itself more to a small pamphlet that you can fold, but at the same time, I don't have to necessarily fold this. I could just use this as the pages for my portfolio. Now, keep in mind here on these templates, there are some kind of placeholder text boxes that you can open and manipulate. And there's also placeholders for images here that once you download this will not be available to you. So again, this is just kind of showing general layout and things that you're going to want to look at and see if you like the color scheme, the font selection, and how images are laid out. So once you find one that you like, all you have to do is select the download button. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use it, but it will at least allow you to download and open it so you can start to see all of the different page layouts that are available to you. So let's just say I'm going to hit this download button once I've selected one that works for me. And I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to open the template that I have selected. You can see here, I just clicked that download button, and then once it was downloaded, I went ahead and opened it. Now, I've opened this before, and the first time I opened it, InDesign asked me if I wanted to bring in the additional fonts that had been created within this portfolio. And so you just hit the yes to that question when you get asked. I can't reproduce it again because I've already said yes to it. So just agree to allow InDesign to pull in all of the fonts that were created with the template that you have selected. And now you can see here, this is the template, and you can see there's a bunch of pages here that I can zoom out and take a look at. And I can see all the different options. And as I'm looking at this template and deciding if it's going to work for me, I'm looking at the cover page to see if that's something that will lend itself to my work style. I am also clicking down through pages like this to see if this might lend itself to my About Me page, if I like the way that this table of contents looks. And then as I scroll through other sections, if these will work for the different sections and placeholders that I need for my portfolio. If it works, then all I have to do is begin to modify these elements so that they work for me. So the first thing I would do is make sure that I save this template and save it as something that reflects my name and this particular project instead of the generic untitled name. And then once I have it, I can just go ahead and start to manipulate this just like a normal InDesign file. So let's say that my title, I want to put it in here, but my text is going to say, instead of title, it's going to say design portfolio. And you can see right away it doesn't fit. So all I have to do is use my commands that I've learned before using InDesign, and I can just stretch this text box out, and I can type what I want it to say. I can bring in my windows if there's certain windows that you want to see, and I can go over to things like paragraph and I can center this. I can start to place images in here, and I can pan this over so I can see it a little bit better. I can start to then hit file and place, and once I hit place, I can browse to the image that I want to put in. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and do that right now. You can see here that when I selected and browsed and placed an image there, it came in looking a little bit cropped. So all I have to do is double click over here, and I can hold down, in my case with a PC, I'm holding down my shift and my control button at the same time to resize this. And then I can move it over and stretch it just a little bit if I have to, and then it will fit here. I can double click in here and put my name and the year. If I want to add any other information, all I have to do is just double click, select, and overwrite. I can just type over whatever I want to type here. I can also change the font color by clicking on this swatch over here, and I can start to adjust and select font colors if I want to change it. So now that you have a portfolio template selected, you can go ahead and start to incorporate all the different elements within this template just to get started, and use the images and text that you may want to include in here by just simply dragging and dropping and placing and selecting. And if you want to get rid of something, you just don't need it, all you have to do is click on it and hit the delete button, and it will go away.